Well, hello, my beautiful Aquarians. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for November 2023. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram, or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I'll never ask for personal details. And I'll also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Aquarians, this is your monthly reading for November. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome, but I'm not sure if the microphone managed to capture the sound, but as soon as I started your reading, it started to really heavily rain, okay? So I really get a sense that your month ahead is going to be very cleansing and very nourishing, and I feel that this is the new start in some way. That's the energy that I'm getting from your reading as soon as I've started, okay? But I do need to make you aware that November is set to be a little bit of a bumpy ride, and not just for you, but for the collective. Just when we're all getting over a double eclipse, we walk straight into lots of extreme energies that are shifting this month. Now, with the new moon in Scorpio, things are about to transition into something pretty intense. So on a positive side of this spectrum, expect to feel extra ambitious, focused, and unstoppable in all your endeavors. You really will be a force to be reckoned with. But on the negative side, you may feel a little bit more frustrated, feel like withdrawing or snappy, or even have coarse words with someone who really pushes your buttons. You may even find yourself submerged in nostalgia, where you hash through old conversations in your head or things that you wished you'd said to someone who did something wrong in order to process that and bring closure. Ultimately, though, we can all channel these fast-moving energies for beneficial outcomes. But this season is definitely encouraging us all to delve into the deep stuff, to resolve, rise, and rebirth, to reestablish your personal power. Now, we do have a Sun-Mars conjunction, and it's in the sign of Scorpio, which really is a big deal. It starts in November, of course, and it remains with us collectively for the next 2.5 years. Now, what a Sun-Mars conjunction does is it highlights where we collectively will feel the most intense struggles. So, for example, 3 years ago, Mars-Sun conjunction was in the sign of Virgo, and at the tail end of that, we saw health issues in the form of a pandemic. Now, Virgo rules health. Then it moved into the sign of Libra for the last 2.5 years, and Libra is all about finding a solution to problems and finding some sort of balance in chaos. Well, now it moves into the sign of Scorpio, which rules money, pressure, war, secrets being exposed, and power struggles. But also, on a more positive note, it actually rules transformation, healing, and rebirth, coming back like that phoenix from the ashes as your best self, okay? So it can be a very positive time indeed. Now, in terms of money, we can already see financial shifts globally. However, you'll see major transformations in the financial sector, especially since Mars clashes Uranus in the middle of this month, which can actually be very destructive and chaotic in its energy. Now, I want you to be aware that, we also have Uranus playing a little bit of a part in this month, so you may see some shocking surprises. Scorpio season reveals and Uranus reconstructs in sometimes a very chaotic way. So expect to see major brands, not just like financial industries, but major companies being exposed as having financial problems that have been swept under the carpet for too long, and now there's major restructure or even collapses in order to rebuild and restart. But on a positive note, this time period is really beneficial for the collective because Jupiter is involved, and it means that you can transform your finances in a really healthy and positive way. Now, the icing on the cake sees a full moon in Gemini on the 27th, which coincides with Mercury being at a hard angle to Neptune. And this could see us all temporarily feeling a little bit lost, confused, especially if you have a major decision to make. So take a pause around about that time, especially if it's something major, just to get clarity and then move forward. It'll only last like a day or so after that full moon. Ultimately, though, it is a prime time to do some major soul searching. And on a more positive note, Saturn saves the day for all of us as it goes direct, which means it's been cleansing our karmic slate. And that's why things have been so difficult. We've learned harsh lessons, and now we step into a more responsible role of finding solutions to any struggles, and good karma is set free to start flowing towards you and the collective. So you'll feel more disciplined in all your endeavors and stronger than you felt for a while. Also, a more spiritual approach will call to you, and better luck will arrive too. Okay, now your 10th house is influencing you during this period, and that's all about your ambition. You'll have more energy, drive, motivation to get projects done. You'll finish your tasks in quick time, and also in business, this is a time to elevate and make your mark in your part of the world, to really establish your reputation as being successful and someone who has great ideas and is destined for the top. Now, on a more general level, of course, if you're not in business or you're retired or you're focusing on some sort of spiritual element of your journey, this is a time where you'll feel more organized and focused, and you'll really hit your targets, whatever they may be. Okay, now your 5th house takes over from that, and that's really exciting because that's really all about your pursuit of pleasure. Okay, really letting your hair down, going out, having fun, accepting invitations, and coming out of your comfort zone. So some of you will be seeking more fun and excitement, spontaneity. You may pick up a hobby or revamp your love life, or revamp some area of your life that brings you pleasure. Also, it's a time of excess energy, so creative projects, you'll channel that energy into something really healthy. Also, it's a perfect time to find love if you're looking for love, or reignite that spark in any relationships that you have already. Now, your first card there is the Justice card. Okay, so that's really about making some adjustments in your world in order to bring balance, harmony, and some of you may also have a major decision to make this month. I mean, we've got the 9 of Cups and we've got the 2 of Cups here. So some of you are making some adjustments to find a partner in love. Some of you may be even trying to partner up in business, but ultimately there's something you're wishing for, something that you're manifesting that perhaps you haven't received in your world just yet. So whatever that is, because it's going to be different for everybody, at grassroots, a 2 of Cups is really to achieve your heart's desire, to match a frequency with something that you love or you yearn for in your life, and watch the universe have an agreement with you to deliver it. But you must take some sort of step towards it in order to make it happen. Because the Justice card really is about cause and effect. How much effort are you putting into something? And I feel it's something that you're wishing for. Well, with the Wheel of Fortune present at the end of the month for you, I feel like your wishes are coming true. The universe is stepping in to give you something that you've been working really hard towards, or that you've been expecting to occur. However, you have taken some sort of step towards it. So if it is love, for example, and you're single, some of you may have been a bit shy and been a bit of a homebody recently. Suddenly you may decide to get out there, find yourself in a community event, or go to a festival, or to a place where you can pick up a hobby or do something where you learn something for you and get out there and meet new people. And I feel, although you're doing something for yourself by association, I feel like the universe is orchestrating things behind the scenes to line you up with someone who vibes at your frequency and is a soulmate coming in. For some of you, you just met your soulmate, and some of you may actually be deciding to make it more of an established relationship. So if you are talking to someone new, or you are interested in someone and making plans for the future to settle down with this person, I feel like things are really solidly established this month, and I feel both of you naturally move into a wonderful loving relationship there as well. And I feel a lot of your November will be cozying up with this person, and you may get lost in the energy of love. And it's not that you are not going to be doing other things, of course, but if you've just met someone, I feel they may be heavily on your mind more than anything else. Okay. Now, for the rest of you, if some of you are in a relationship, Your person may pop the question this month. This is an exciting month where suddenly, I feel love comes to the fore. And if you are in a relationship, I definitely get this sense that this person wants to make a commitment to you. There's a contract here. So I definitely get a sense that you will move towards a union of marriage or a high-level commitment. And for some of you, you've actually planned to get married in the month of November, and congratulations to you. It's going to be an incredible day, okay? But on a more localized level, this is about creating harmony and peace of mind in your world, but also to make some adjustments, to follow your heart, to do something that you love. Now, the Justice card can also indicate that you're judging something in your life. You're weighing up a pro and con of something, and you're trying to make a decision on it. And I definitely get a sense here that you're going to get lots of signs from the universe to say that you're on the right track. Thoughts are becoming things. So I feel whatever it is that you have in your mind that you think you want to become a reality, you're definitely going to see some sort of solid evidence that it's going to come true for you. And I feel like it's a very, very exciting time for you. For some of you, you may be dealing a lot with administrative tasks. You're going to be very productive this month, very busy. I feel it's going to ebb and flow for you. There's going to be moments of real busyness, and then the next moment it's going to be quiet. I definitely get a sense of fluctuation in the energies for you this month. And don't get me wrong, I feel like you're going to be very focused, and I feel that you're going to get a lot done, and you're going to be very proud of yourself at the end of this month. But I feel for some of you, you're trying to temper what you're dealing with right now. I'm actually getting this image right now in the water because I'm scrying at the same time as doing reading. They're showing me an image of like a Picasso face. Okay, so it can indicate some of you have been so busy, you felt really fractured or scattered in your time, and you're trying to just rein it in and, create a little bit more stability, or you're trying to tweak your schedule in some way to make sure that you get the best out of your time. It can indicate that some of you have been going through a lot of pressure recently, and you're trying to manage your stress levels, because I'm actually getting like tension headaches or pressure. So some of you may have been dealing with that. But also I get a sense of you compartmentalizing tasks to make progress in all areas of your life. So it's like a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of the other. And I feel like you're not just tunnel visioning towards something. I feel like you are trying to spread your energy quite healthily in different areas so that you don't spread yourself too thin. So I feel this month you're going to be experiencing a lot of variety. So if you've got a project that you want launched, or you have an idea that you've got bubbling away there, I feel like you'll do a little bit of work on it, and then you may like step back from it in order to see the bigger picture, maybe move on to something else, and then come back to it. Okay, I do feel like you will complete your tasks, but I feel like there's this just energy of going, okay, I want to focus on this, okay, and now I'm done focusing on that. I want to focus on this as well. So I feel that you're going to spread yourself healthily thin this month between lots of different things, okay. I do also see lots of emails, phone calls. These could be from friends, people that you love, okay. I also see that there is some sort of invitation coming in for you for the month of November that will put you in the path to have some very exciting conversations. And if you are looking for an opportunity, I do see there is one coming in as well. Now, I am picking up a very heavy energy of a lot of my beautiful Aquarians out there trying to come up with an idea of doing something from home. So this could be like a creative project, or doing something where you could earn more money, because I'm seeing you wanting to multiply your wealth, okay? And you've got the Queen of Pentacles there, which means you will, but I feel like you're following your bliss. You're connecting to your true life's purpose, mission, calling energy, and I get a sense here that you are going to make great strides in that area as well. Now, they keep showing me this image, so obviously I haven't really fully given you what I meant to say about that. So basically it's like a Picasso face, all very like scattered. I mean, it's incredible, it's beautiful, it's an amazing like work of art, but I feel it's like some of you may be honing in on a certain area. For example, some of you may like have an issue with your teeth or your eye, or I just feel like some of you may be focusing on something this month to do with the head, but I feel it's more like pressure, okay? But I also get this sense that, some of you may have just bought like a Picasso print. If you're really lucky, you bought an original, and you must be very wealthy. And I can't imagine you're spending your time listening to this reading if that's the case. But, it could also be that you bought like a card or a postcard of a Picasso painting, or perhaps if you're an artist, perhaps your style, you're like trying out a style of cubism or something. So, I'm just going to leave that there. I'm not really sure how to connect to that. I do see that whenever you see a Picasso image in the next 6 weeks, there is some great financial news coming in, something offered. It could be a bonus, could be a raise, promotion, or something like that. I mean, if you are retired, it could be news that your pension is in some way increasing, or that if you've got your money in pensions and they're like related to like certain funds, you may see like an increase in that. It's a momentary increase because I feel like there's going to be lots of fluctuating markets, especially since we have some major shifts financially and energetically that are going to coincide this month. But I definitely see there could be some like really good news at first, so that's coming through there as well. Also, I feel this card is about you being honest with yourself, okay? This is a wonderful deck. It's the ANIMA Tarot, okay, by AUGURE, and it's number 8. Okay, normally the Justice card is number 11, but this one's number 8, and 8 is the number of the self. So I feel like you're being really honest with yourself this month, to be focused on what's important, to create a little bit more streamlined time efficiency, but also to really focus on your heart's desire. I feel like some of you have been neglecting your own needs, and I feel also some of you have been working away, squirreling yourself away in secret, working on something or something that makes you happy. I feel like you're keeping it to yourself just to make sure that it becomes a reality rather than like reveal it to anybody. I feel like once it's ready, it'll be revealed. But right now, I feel like some of you are working on something to yourself, because I feel like you're submerging yourself in something this month, and I feel it's going to bring great enjoyment, whatever that is. So for example, some of you may be like taking a class and you're not telling anybody, but you're increasing your knowledge in some way. Or some of you, if you've just met someone new, I feel like you could be keeping that relationship to yourself so you can like explore it and see if it becomes something that you want to connect to long term. So I definitely get a sense here of keeping your inner world very rich this month. Also, I get a sense here you're going to be very logical about the next steps of your life in general, connecting to your true life's purpose, your destiny, because we've got the Justice card, we've got the High Priestess, and we've got the Wheel of Fortune. So a lot of you are thinking about your destiny. What is your future? Are you on the right path? And can you bring more spirituality into your world? Connect to your higher self? I feel some of you are embracing like spiritual practices, mindfulness, and even things like law of attraction in order to really hone your energy, because you are more powerful than you realize. And I feel sometimes you're a little bit critical with yourself, and I feel like you're trying to temper that critical inner narrative that we all have sometimes. And I feel like you're actually using or channeling your energy into healthy pursuits this month. We do have the Nine of Cups. Whatever you're wishing for, I feel like you're aligning yourself with it, okay? And also some of you especially, well actually I get a majority energy here. A lot of you may be looking at the contracts or subscriptions that you're connected to. Okay, so for some of you, there may be a subscription or a contract that you feel you don't need in your life right now, and I feel like you may end or terminate that, and I feel that you may find something a little bit more interesting or rewarding to connect to. So for example, it could be like you're having problems with internet, or you know, a TV subscription, or perhaps a magazine subscription that you really, when it comes in, you don't look at it really, and you've just kind of outgrown it. I just get a sense that you're just looking at streamlining your life in some way. And also with the Nine of Cups, this is of course a card of wish fulfillment, okay? So I feel if you're wishing for love, then I feel you're on track to meet someone new. There's a Knight of Cups coming on in here, so an offer of love coming on in. But it can also indicate that there's something that your heart is yearning for, because the Two of Cups is like the dream, the goal, okay? It's about something that you visualize for yourself, something that makes you really emotionally fulfilled. And you may feel right now, it could be reciprocity in friendships. It could be reciprocity in your work environment. It could be like if you've just retired, for example, you're going to be on a different time frame than everybody else. Your friends may not have retired at the same time as you. Sometimes it can feel really alienating, and you're like, well, what do I connect to? What do I do with my time? And whilst you've got lots of wonderful, exciting things that you could be connected to, some of you may feel a little bit out of sync with your friendship groups. So some of you are like looking for soul tribe members, or trying to integrate yourself in some way into community events or into things that you love, and building new friendships. So I feel some of you, it's like a period of adjustment. And if you're not retired, for example, some of you may be getting like a new opportunity in a working environment that requires you to sign a new contract. Now you're going to love it, because whatever it is that's coming in, you've manifested this, okay? And I feel like this is a very exciting new opportunity, something that you will bond towards. I mean, it could be, you know, setting up a business with someone, because the Two of Cups, it can mean a proposal, and that could be a proposal in business or friendship, or even in travel, or it could be you know, in terms of relationship, some of you may be setting up a business with your spouse or the person that you really care about, or even a sibling or a member of family, someone that you have a deep bond with. But the Two of Cups ultimately is your heart vibing at a certain frequency and wanting to match the frequency of the thing that you desire. Okay, so with these Two Cups, it's like these Two Cup cards, the Nine of Cups and the Two of Cups, it's like you're wishing for something, you are magnetizing it towards you, you're having to make some adjustments in order to make it happen. However, I feel this month you're going to see some hard evidence of whatever it is you desire kind of starting to show up in your world. Okay, now, I just want to pull a card with that Two of Cups there and the Nine of Cups, because it does indicate that some of you are trying to just create a lot of harmony in your world. And I feel like you're exploring what might be for you. I get this energy of replenishing your energy levels, and you're being encouraged to seek what else is out there in the world that you might love. Okay, because I get a sense here that some of you have been feeling a little bit stuck, or you may have felt there's some delay in something that perhaps you've been wanting and yearning for or praying for, because you have the High Priestess there as well. And I feel there's just this energy of wanting more spontaneity, more fun, and just a general change. Okay, and I feel like you're going to get that transformation in the month of November, and your heart is actually going to sing. I mean, yeah, the Wheel of Fortune. So you got the Wheel of Fortune twice. Now, to get that twice, that indicates fate is orchestrating something behind the scenes right now that you're going to be so excited about. Okay, now, I feel like the thing you're looking at first is like what you have to offer the world. Now, remember, we don't have to bring anything to the table of life, but naturally you do. You're someone who's very gifted. You're really good at what you do. You have a beautiful heart. I mean, to get the Nine of Cups and the Two of Cups indicates you have such an incredible heart. You're really loving, caring, generous with your time. Of course, we all have the opposite side of ourselves that we can access whenever we need to. If someone is crossing a boundary or we feel threatened in some way. However, I feel like you're trying to see more of the love in the world, more trying to connect to like frequencies of positivity so that you can attract good things into your life. Even though I know the world is a very turbulent and chaotic time at the moment, some of you, I feel this heavy energy, and that's been coming out a lot in the readings, of course. The world has always been a very chaotic and sometimes very unfair world, okay? And I feel that in the last couple of years, things have just ramped up that level of crazy that is hard to fathom all at once. And some of you are trying to heal from that and trying to resolve some of those energies within you. And you are an empath, my beautiful Aquarians. We're all energy, so you're picking it up. You're not just picking up the energy from the people who are nearest and dearest from you. You're not just like picking up the energy of things that you absorb and watch, but you're also picking up the energy of the world. And I feel a lot of you are really like trying your best to raise your vibration in order to in some way change the world. It's like if you try and change your patch of the world, because we all have a little patch of the world, if you try to change your patch, I feel like there's this hope that perhaps we could all change and come together for some sort of unity or happiness. But of course, there are always going to be forces in this world that don't want that. And I feel the way that you're looking at things is things are just not fair. So how do I make things more fair in my own world? Okay, so I feel like you're trying to do the best you can to help circumstances in the way that you can with your generous spirit. But I do feel that the world weighs heavy on your shoulders sometimes. And I feel it's really important to protect your energy, not to become desensitized. Absolutely not. We need to care. We need more feeling. We need more love in the world. But in order to be able to be logical enough to do something about it, because sometimes, you know, especially the world that we built at the moment, there's a high percentage of people who just look and go, that's awful, and then just turn off and then go live their life, right? So I just get a sense here that some of you are trying to be really like practical or resourceful with what you can do in your own world, whether you could do some charity work or whether you can, because I definitely get this sense from your energy for the month of November that you are like humanitarian work. You know, I feel like you're trying to do something for the best of mankind, not just your immediate circumstances. So I want to send you a huge hug out there because I definitely feel it in your energy. Now, the fact that you got the Wheel of Fortune twice indicates some sort of lucky break, some sort of good luck, everything coming together. So maybe that's what that Picasso kind of picture represents, like all the pieces come together to create a very inspiring, exciting, and beautiful whole. So I definitely get a sense that, everything is slotting into place for you this month, whatever it is you're focused on, okay? I feel like you're listening to the inner workings of your heart, because intuitively I'm being asked to look at this card. Now, of course, this is the sign of Justice, and she's blindfold. Okay, now when you're blindfold, your other senses become extremely heightened. And because you've got 2 cups there, it's like you're becoming acutely aware of what your heart wants and what your heart certainly does not want. And you're looking at reciprocity and value in your life this month. And you're like, am I getting a fair exchange? Whether it's in career, business, benefits, whether it's in terms of, the way that you live your life or the way people, approach you. I feel like you're trying to create that level of balance, and it starts with your heart. Because if your heart is heavy and it's not happy, I definitely get the sense that you're checking into that and you're wanting to transform your world in some way. And as I say that, the rain is getting heavier and heavier. Okay, I don't know if you can hear it. It's super loud, so it must be like hailstones out there. Now we do have the High Priestess. It's in the reverse position. And when you get the High Priestess in the reverse position, it can indicate some of you are mistrusting a situation and you want to look into it deeper. Now this could be like your healthy suspicion of like hierarchical societies or establishments or governments, and you're really tapping into what intuitively you feel is going on. Okay, so that's a very grand level. But for some of you, I feel like there could be something offered to you, and you may have been, when you were younger or on the journey you've had so far, some of you may have had difficult experiences like trauma, and you may be conditioned to expect the worst because of that trauma, but I see that you're going to get the best of a situation. So if, for example, there's an offer coming through, like a contract to do a job that you love, you may be like, okay, I'm probably going to love this for about 6 months, and then it's probably going to turn out like all the other jobs that I've had. But I actually see that there's something different about this job. Same with a loving relationship. Some of you may have been rejected in the past or have some sort of doubt or low self-esteem. And when love comes in, it could trigger those levels of insecurity. And you may be thinking, well, it's really wonderful at the moment, but where's the fly in the ointment? Well, actually, I see that you're going to get a beautiful relationship, one that is long-term. I feel like you'll settle down with that person. I feel like you'll marry that person. And this new person gives you no cause to mistrust the situation at all. So I feel, there may be some moments in the month of November where suspicion or anxiety just pops up a little bit. But I feel like you're logical about this. It's like a head over heart moment. You're not seeing any signs or getting any intuition that anything is wrong. However, it may be like triggered from a past situation. But remember, that's Scorpio season, okay? It raises nostalgia or the past in order to process it and eradicate it. Now, a lot of you have been so busy. You're exhausted and you're fed up with the way things are going. And I definitely get a sense here that some of you are withdrawing this month to really recharge your batteries. I do get this sense with the 5th house at the end of the month, you're going to want to get out there, have fun, and be a little bit more sociable than usual. But I also feel this yearning to bloom and blossom in silence. And I get a sense here, some of you are working on something that you're not telling anybody about, but ultimately I feel like you're doing a lot of soul searching this month, where you're really reflecting on your inner wisdom and gaining a lot of enlightenment. Also, I see with the 10 of Cups and the Ace of Wands here, you may hear a secret from someone that you've known for quite a long time. I feel like secretly they may not be telling anybody that they've been under pressure or that they lost something. Could be that they lost their job and they're just trying to like look for work, but they haven't told anybody because their sense of pride and their anxiety is highly raised right now. And although they definitely need support, I definitely get a sense here that when the pressure is on, then they'll tell. But right now I feel like they're struggling in silence. So you may have someone that you're really close to come towards you to confide a secret that they've been keeping for some time. I feel like you're really supportive of this person, and I feel like, you actually help them through. And although I don't normally pick up on other people's energy with different signs, if I'm doing an Aquarian reading, I get your Aquarian energy. But I feel like this person, they actually turn their life around in a really positive way, and they actually are directed towards something better, okay? Now, for those beautiful Aquarians who have actually been dealing with some sort of rejection yourself, or you've gone through a period of feeling very low energy, or even if there's been some sort of like, conflict within the family unit, or if there's been some pressures, I definitely get a sense that you resolve it. The Justice card is a Libra energy, and it's all about resolution, finding a solution to difficult circumstances. And I definitely get a sense here that an olive branch is being offered to you as well, okay? Now, the High Priestess, I definitely get a sense, because it's all in the resistance position, like you got it in the reverse at first, okay? By the end of the 6 weeks, it definitely goes in the upright there for you. But this can indicate some of you have been neglecting your own needs, and you've disconnected from your spiritual path in some way, or you've been too busy and you've been overloaded and your mind has been feeling a little bit scattered recently. But I definitely get a sense that November is being back on track, and I feel like the High Priestess is like pause or caution. And because we've got the Ace of Wands here and the Ten of Cups, I get a sense that some of you, you may have decided to withdraw and visit family in order to recharge your batteries, or you're feeling uncertain about something and you're wondering if you're going to get the inspiration to launch it or make it become a reality. I feel like a lot of you have been under a lot of pressure recently, and you've had a lot on your plate, and you may have been burning the candle at both ends. So I feel recharging your batteries and taking a moment, you're going to have those new ideas come to you. Things are going to start moving towards the right direction, but I feel things have been a bit stuck, or you've had low energy, or you felt unmotivated, or that lust for life has been lacking. It's almost like I get a sense of numbness, okay? Like, it's not that you don't know how to feel about things anymore. That's not it at all. It's almost like you've been in a very logical mindset, and I'm picking up this energy from a lot of the signs. Like, the last 3 years, we've all gone through a collective trauma, right? And we're trying to deal with that. And some people have gotten over it. Some people are still going through it, the repercussions of it. And some people are uncertain about what is to come next. So I really get a sense of you trying to find your way and establish some sort of balance. But also, I feel in this protective like bubble, to some degree, you may have felt like your emotions have been like put to the side. Nothing ever surprises you anymore. Nothing shocks you anymore when you hear about stuff that's going on around the world, or anything comes to light, because these three cards are like something hidden comes to light, and you're like, well, I knew it. Intuitively, you're like, yeah, I knew this was going to happen. And I feel part of you misses that sense of yourself where you were excited about like new things, going to a gallery or meeting your friends for a drink. And I feel like, you know, you still are excited to some degree about those things, but that magic, it just seems like this energy that I've got here, it's like you lost your sparkle a little bit. Well, in November, something changes for you and your sparkle starts to return. And I definitely get a sense that things are going to blossom in a really positive way for you. Now, we do have the Ace of Wands, so that does mean that your passion is going to return. You've got a lot more energy this month, and you've got lots of brilliant ideas. You're sparking. But also, if you are looking for love, I see that you are going to have some chemistry with someone who's quite quiet at first, okay? Someone... they're not readily opening up easily with their feelings, but they're a very deep thinker, and they will express their feelings for you. So I definitely see this could be love, an offer coming in from someone, or it could be chemistry with someone you first meet, especially if you're invited to something, okay? Because I feel like there's some sort of invitation that you get, but you think about not going to. And I feel intuitively, like last minute, like the 11th hour, suddenly you go, you know what, maybe I should go. And when you go to this, I feel like there's someone you need to meet at this place. Now, if you're not looking for love, it could be a business connection, or if you're not looking for love, it could be like a friend for life, okay? So if you're retired and you have a partner, you know, you could go to this event, but you didn't really want to, but suddenly you go to it, and actually you meet someone that you bond with, and you're a friend for life, okay? But I definitely get a sense there's major transformation here, because this is the card. It's like that big lightning bolt of energy of suddenly there's change, and it's a transformation for the better, because it indicates things are starting to accelerate for you in a really positive way. I feel like you're turning your dreams into reality, and there is so much potential for transformation in your life. But there may have been something that deep down you've been trying to transform, but you've been keeping it to yourself. Well, November is the month where it becomes realized. So this could be you launching a new business, an entrepreneurship, or even stepping into that promotional raise that you've been yearning for, because the Queen of Pentacles tells me there's more money. So if you are in business, I definitely see there's more finances coming in, but some of you maybe launching a business from home, an idea that you've had, something that's perhaps is even with another person, or perhaps that other person has helped you become more clear in what it is that you want to do going forward. And for some of you, if you're in a career environment, it could be that you hear of a promotion that brings in more status, more money, and I feel like it's offered to you. But there may be a pause between the time that you're offered it, sign the contract, and then do it. So it could be that perhaps you get the information or the news that you got it in November and you sign the contracts, but it doesn't start till December or the new year, okay? But I definitely get a sense that you're being prepared for greatness in this role. So now, for some of you, it could also be that you have a yearning to travel somewhere, or you're signing contracts on real estate this month. I know that real estate prices are like crazy, so I feel that some of you will find something that you want and you will negotiate a better deal, and you'll get it for a good one as well. And I definitely see that there'll be a long period where things are cleared and contracts are signed and all the process happens, because I feel like there's a lot of legalities to deal with here as well. And then I feel, you know, you start moving into that. The new year is going to be very exciting for you, especially if you're moving into new property there too. Okay. Now, the Ten of Cups, some of you are just wondering, is everybody okay? I feel like you're always feeling responsible for everybody. You're looking after your nearest and dearest. They really have been on your mind recently, and some of you may have even been worried about somebody, okay? But what I see here is that that person, they really appreciate you, and I feel that you are there for that person, a shoulder to cry on or someone to soundboard off, and I feel like, you know, everything's going to move in the right direction. That person, I feel, if they're going through some sort of despair or sadness, I feel like you check in with this person all the time, and I feel like they're going to resolve the problem, or they're going to find some clarity with something, and I feel like they're going to be in a really strong position. And with the Ten of Cups in this position, it can also indicate that some of you, not all of you, my beautiful Aquarians, have been going through a divorce. And you may be like anticipating it coming through, and I feel like it's almost like there's still a bit of a pause, okay? It is going through, and you will come to the end of that term, but I feel like there's a breath of fresh air there for you. And if you feel like that's the end of your love opportunities, if you are looking for new love, I do see it's out there for you. And I feel like you may meet someone quite quickly after a divorce, but you may want to slow it down and take it easy in that process, because I feel there's part of you that just doesn't want to rush into it, okay? Now, the Ten of Cups, also, it indicates here, you know, you having the good life, you know, living your best life. And some of you have been like putting a smile on things, feeling a lot of pressure, and I feel like you've been struggling. I feel like there's this energy of feeling overwhelmed, but you're moving towards something that's going to make you happy. But ultimately, this month, you are really connecting to your inner self and recognizing that actually happiness is from within. You could have all the possessions in the world, but those possessions, they don't make you happy. They can fill a temporary void, but long term, you start to get antsy and think, well, what else? You're seeing that your nearest and dearest, your family, your friends, and love is the key to it all. I mean, and that starts with love for self. So even if you are a solitary person who likes your own company, I definitely get a sense that you're reestablishing your power, but also falling in love with yourself, becoming comfortable in your own skin. Now, for a lot of you, I mean, the majority energy, you're landing on a double like Wheel of Fortune. So I definitely get a sense that very lucky month for you. There is major change. When you get the Wheel of Fortune, it is a cycle of change. Life is all about ups and downs. And I feel things have been a little bit down for you recently, but now you're on the up. And I get a sense here that your luck is changing. I feel like your destiny is like so clear to you. You make a decision that you've been probably wrestling with for a while. You're following your heart more than ever. And I feel like your visions are becoming a reality. They just gave me a word and an energy. The word was envy, and I'm being given an energy that, and I'm going to pull a card on it. Yeah. I feel like if you're working towards something in silence and then you get a win, because I feel like you're getting a win, I feel, be mindful who you tell that to, because I feel there's someone here who is envious of you, and it's not that they wish you any wrong or ill. I feel like they wished it was them. And they start to feel a little bit disgruntled, and their energy towards you changes. So just watch out for that. You know, if it's in a working environment, for example, and you get tapped for a promotional raise, it changes the way people look at you. It's lonely at the top, okay? And I'm getting that energy. Equally, it could be that you get like an opportunity to increase your property, right? And maybe the council or the local environment said, yeah, you can build that extra bedroom at the back of your house, and your neighbor got turned down. And there could be like a bone of contention there. It's not your fault. However, that person could look at you like, you know, a little bit disgruntled. So that's what's coming up there as well. So as you can see, look, you're being offered something that you're going to love, that you're going to celebrate. And the Two of Pentacles indicates there's someone here who's like a little bit inconsistent in their feelings for you. On one hand, they're happy that you got it. On the other hand, they're kind of like, wish it was me. Or I feel like, you know, they don't know how they feel about it. And I feel they're very overwhelmed. This person is actually struggling themselves. Okay, so I'm not here to judge anybody, but I'm here to just give you an energy that, especially since we got the eye there, like I would say eye of protection, get some black obsidian or some black tourmaline. It always helps just, you know, keep that negative energy away. And as I said, I feel that person's energy is not like directed at you. I feel it's about the situation, that they wish it was them. So just watch out for that. That's coming through as well. Now to have this, okay, it can indicate that some of you are having mixed feelings about something that you loved. Some of you are reevaluating something that you're connecting to, and you may be desiring a little bit more fun. For example, you know, you may be in a cycle of repeat where there's something you love doing, but you're doing it over and over and over again, and you're pushed and pulled in many different directions. And I feel like you may be trying to bring a little bit more of a spark into whatever it is you do. So you may not be leaving a position. You may be just trying to approach it in a different way to bring that love back for what you do, to reignite that lust for life. And I feel that's in all areas, not just in career. I feel there's something here that just feels a little bit samey. And I feel like you are struggling to bring a little bit more change or excitement or something new into your life that, you know, gives you that breath of fresh air. And for some of you, I feel a lot of you are going to be focused on the things that you love, okay? And there is a potential there to neglect perhaps responsibilities, right? I do feel like you're going to be very productive. I do feel like you're going to be very busy, but I get a sense that, you know, you may have to do a bit of spinning plates in the air, especially if you've got a deadline, okay? Some of you may be focused on something and you know that you have some responsibilities, and it may be hard to balance those energies. So just watch out for that as well, okay? Now, in terms of finances, I get a sense some of you may be launching something like a second stream of income, or you may be doing something you love and it has two streams of income to it in some way. Two of Pentacles, it can indicate that you are spreading your energy, and I've already established that. And I feel actually it's beneficial for your heart because variety is the spice of life. So that's the energy that I feel like you're really tapping into. But something that you love or something that you've been yearning for with all of your heart, that you've been praying for, is being offered to you at, well, I think it's about the third week of November for you, okay? Really random. They're showing me 255. Now, they're telling me it's a very important number. And right now, I can't really tell you, other than the energy of what I can feel with this number. I can't tell you what it means. I'll always be honest with you. I'm not just going to make something up. But the energy I'm getting is it's an important, crucial number. It could be the end of someone's digits, or it could be the number of a building, or maybe it's even a time that you'll receive some really good news. 255. Remember that number because it's going to come up. I mean, it could even be appearing on a receipt or something, and it tells you that there's some sort of positive change. The Knight of Cups indicates something being offered, something that you will love, that's going to go places, okay? Now, the Knight of Cups is really about having a call of faith, falling in love with yourself, recognizing what you have to offer life, and life actually offering you a mirror kind of image back with that Two of Cups there, okay? The Knight of Cups kind of also suggests that there is no space for jealousy, resentment, or anger in your world. So I feel like a lot of you are decluttering your life, evolving, and moving away from situations where you feel unappreciated or underestimated in some way. So I definitely get a sense that you're looking at reciprocity in your world and establishing your sense of value. But also this is about following your heart. Okay, and your whole reading this month is about following your heart, you know, following your destiny, and, you know, being lucky on that path. And I definitely get a sense that you're going to be doing that as well. Now we do have the Hangman, okay? Now, really interesting because this Hangman, this image actually reminds me of a dream catcher. And although it's the Hangman, I'm seeing a dream catcher in my mind's eye, not in the water. There's a difference, okay? When I'm scrying, I actually see images there. But in my mind's eye, I can see like a dream catcher. So I feel this is about you capturing your dreams, your goals, wish fulfillment. I definitely see that you are not sitting back. You're making some adjustments to make things happen. And I feel with the Hangman, something you've been waiting for is on its way to you. It's an opportunity that you've been manifesting. But also I feel that you're putting an end to an old way of doing things. So some of you could be like looking at some of the restrictions in your world, perhaps roadblocks that you've had. I feel like you're getting closure on those situations, emotionally, because there's so many cups in your reading. But also I feel that you're looking at like cutting out some things that perhaps have been delaying your process. So for example, if you're trying to get really clear of mind, connect to like meditation or manifestation, you may feel that if you have too much caffeine or you have too much sugar, you may feel clouded in your thought process, or that you've got so many scattered thoughts all the time because there's so much like energy or adrenaline going on. I feel like you're trying to quieten things, and I'm only just pulling like caffeine and sugar out of the hat. I love my cup of coffee. I would never give that up, unless of course I became highly allergic to it. But what I'm saying is I feel like you're looking at things that you put into your body that kind of turns your life upside down a little bit. Now, for example, you may be going through like the menopause or going through some sort of change, because you see the Justice card there. It's like you're making some adjustments based on your current state. So some of you may be looking at some of the symptoms that you're having with something, and it doesn't have to be the menopause. It could be that you're going through something that has been debilitating or annoying you or worrying you. And if, of course, it's worrying you, I would definitely check it out. But what I can see here with the Wheel of Fortune and the Knight of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles, I feel like, taking some rest, and you may get some advice from someone in a position of authority. I feel like, with time, it will be sorted out or manageable is what I'm seeing there. But I feel some of you are looking at making some adjustments in diet or even environment in some way in order to bring a little bit more happiness in your world. Now, of course, with the Ten of Cups there, some of you are experiencing, and I don't know too much about this because they're just giving me the word SADS, S-A-D-S, okay? So it can be like a seasonal disorder. Some of you are like coming into the fall, and although I'm a Scorpio, I love the fall. It's one of my favorite times of year, okay? Some of you are like loving spring or summer, and you feel energized then, and you're really feeling the shift of things kind of slowing down, of things getting a little bit darker, depending on where you are, of course. If you're in Australia, things are hotting up, and you're having a great time, and you're shifting the energy in a different way. But I definitely get a sense here that you're just hanging back to look at stuff in order to do what you love, to connect to your heart, to find that level of silence so that you can hear your heart whispering. Okay, because I feel there's something here that is causing some sort of sadness or some sort of stagnancy, something that you feel like you haven't reached quite yet. Well, major change in November. I definitely see it showing up for you, and I feel that longing is drawing something in towards you. Also with the Hangman, it can indicate you're getting new knowledge. You're using your wisdom in order to change your circumstances, shake your life up a little bit. And I feel you've been in a period of inaction, which gave you a pause to reflect in order to really focus on what's important and bring new things into your world. Let me just clarify with the Hangman, because it can also indicate some of you are worried about something, or you're feeling a lot of pressure about something. And the Hangman is like, relax. What is meant for you will never pass you by. Don't fret. You'll know when the time is right to act on something, and you will intuitively know if things are changing. So I definitely get a sense that you're surrendering to the universe and you're trusting. I mean, look at this. How many cups can come up in a reading for you? Wheel of Fortune, all of the cups. We got a Page of Cups. Something's being offered to you. Now with the Hangman, I would say take a pause. When this thing comes in, whether it's love, whether it's an opportunity, or whether it's something you've been expecting. I mean, when you get a Page of Cups, it means that you may dream of it happening, but the expectation you feel is probably not going to happen. But you're going to be surprised. You've got a Wheel of Fortune and a Page of Cups, which is like, surprise, what you're hoping for, here it is. Because fish represents good luck, abundance, love, devotion. And as you can see there, something you've been waiting for is being offered to you. But I would definitely say take some time to reflect on it. Don't rush into it, okay? What is right for you will organically grow with you, and it will remain by your side, okay? That stems into every area of life. If you meet someone new, for example, and they start like not texting you for days, months, or whatever, and you're like, oh, maybe I should text them back. Maybe I'll see if they're okay. Maybe. That person, they're going to let you know that they want to be with you. They're going to step up their game to make sure they don't lose you. So it will be a reciprocal exchange, okay? Of course, if they say things like, I'm super busy, but I'll get back to you tomorrow, and they actually get back to you tomorrow, then of course honor their time as well. That's not what I'm saying. Everything in balance, right? But I feel there's something here that, you know, you may love and be yearning for, but don't rush into it, okay? Now, this could be, for example, if you discover a home that you really want to purchase and you're like, wow, this is incredible. This says, don't go in blindly. Weigh up your situation. Do a little bit of investigation. The sword is there for logic. And of course, the scales are for balance, for honesty and truth. So see the truth of the matter. Sometimes we can have a head over heart moment where we think, this is what I love, this is what I want. But if we rush into it, it could equally turn out to be something that is a little bit difficult or not exactly the way you wanted it. But I see here that after a pause, you'll actually find that it's exactly what you wanted, and it brings a level of security and peace for you. And I feel like it's good for you and your family, whatever this is, well, because I feel if it's love, I feel like this person is liked by your family and friends. And if it's a job opportunity, it brings in more money. And some of you are launching a business from home, and I feel like it's bringing in more financial security. But it's like, if I look at your whole kind of chart as an overall, it's like something you love is coming in, and the Queen of Pentacles says, shall I commit to this? Is this for me? The Hangman says, let's pause, let's think about this, let's see it from every angle. But your ultimate card with the Queen of Pentacles is like, yeah, let's commit. This is right for me. And I feel this is about you reaching a goal, being really like honest with yourself. And I feel like you have a lot of opportunities here to stay grounded and get what you truly deserve, okay? I feel like you're the architect of your dreams, and everything that you've been building is starting to slot into place for you. So this is a very exciting card, okay? Also, if you're a parent, I definitely get a sense that you're perhaps brainstorming a little bit of exciting things to do with your family as we close out the year. So some of you may be booking things, because I really get a sense of being online, doing administrative tasks, but also booking exciting events that may surprise other people. Some of you may be surprising a friend with their favorite thing, or a gift for them, or even an event for them. So I really get a sense that you are being far-reaching this month. And that's what I mean by, you know, like almost compartmentalizing things and making sure that everything comes together, because I feel like you're doing so much, paying the bills, making the money, or looking at your money if you have a pension, and making your resources go a long way, because this is a card of conservation, it's a card of protection, and it's also a card of domesticity, the comfort of your own home. And it can also indicate that you're thinking a lot about your family, your responsibilities, and making sure that everybody is okay. Don't neglect your own needs, okay? But in terms of finance, looking overall as well, I feel like some of you have a hidden talent here, something you haven't really tapped into. And I feel once you launch that, or, you know, experiment with it, I feel like could be like a second stream of income for you. For some of you, it's very creative, whatever this is. It could be to do with a spoken word, something you've never talked about before. It could be like you launching a book, or even like a play, or maybe even a podcast about something that, you know, is important to you. Could be like your experiences that you've never really fully expressed, and you could be putting it down on paper or in some way in order to help the collective. But with the Queen of Pentacles, it indicates more money coming in. So I definitely see some sort of new job, raise, or promotion on the horizon for those who are looking for it. Could even be seasonal work, okay? Because the Hangman is like a pause. You could do it during the seasonal months, and then, you know, sort of move on to something else there as well. So very positive month overall. Let's get some final cards for you. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide? I mean, your first card there is uproot your life and leave all that's familiar to you. And it says here, don't forget to fulfill your needs while helping others. Okay, so that definitely came up. Even right at the end, it was like underlined there. And it's no accident that you've got a heart in that card as well, because I feel like you really are leading with the heart this month. And it also says here, despite the frustration, you're on the way to making all your dreams come true. And I definitely feel that in your energy as well. And finally, from this deck, we've got know that whatever decision you made, it was the right one. And that's really important. Okay, so sit with that for a while, because that's very profound. You made the right decision, whatever that decision was. You made it for you. And things are going to get infinitely better from here on. Now, we're just going to get some final cards from this deck. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Aquarians? What do they need to know? What are they meant to be aware of? So, interesting that we also got the scales there, options. You're looking at your options there. And it says here, weighing up the pros and cons. I think I even said that. Job change or move, offers coming in, the justice, law, mediator, or balance. Now, if some of you are dealing with some sort of legal issue there, I mean, the main energy I see here is people get married, right? Or like a small percentage getting divorced. But it's more energy getting married than divorced. That's what I've got coming in there. But I feel some of you could be contracts that you're leaving or getting out of. But if you're dealing with something legal, okay, for example, if you've got a new like opportunity come in and you have a certain period of time that you have to work for your contract, you may be keeping it on the down low until the right moment to like reveal it. And some of you may get a surprise win in some sort of legal issue there. Lead with integrity. When you've got the Justice card there, in that position, it says you're being honest and you're being true. But with the High Priestess in this position, it can indicate if you've got any secrets or if you're doing anything that's not in your highest regard, you could be caught. Okay, so just watch out for that. I can't imagine you'd ever do that, my beautiful Aquarians, but I can see that there should the energy arrive. But I feel here as well that if anybody has done you wrong, I see karma visiting this person as well, because I see you're getting some really good karma this month, and they will get some negative karma, or shall we say they'll be taught a lesson. Okay, we've also got depths. Oh, well, I just also want to say that yes, you're creating a lot of harmony and balance in your world, and there's a clock there that's kind of like a clock and a directional compass. So I definitely see that you're looking at your direction, making a decision that will affect you long term. It says depths under the surface. There's more to find. Something's not obvious. Deep dive, true value, and worthy. Okay. As I said, if you're being offered a new contract, please look into the small print, especially if you've been doing something that you love and the company is merging and suddenly they give you a new contract. Make sure that if you have any benefits that went before, that they are included with your new step, because you're starting from scratch, basically. Even though you've been in the position for a while, as soon as you sign that new contract, that is your new start date, and everything that went before is nullified. So just watch out for that as well. We've got Sister Moon being guided to the light. And it says hidden opportunities, dark places emerging, and a full plate. So things are going to get better for you there. There are emerging energies that help you with more prosperity. And we've got connected, high vibe. And it says network, rise up, get ahead, cooperation, collaboration, and a win-win. And I definitely feel that happening in your energy. Also, I just want to note, because my guides keep like whispering at me for the Queen of Pentacles. So let's go there again. This is a time period where there are lots of hotbed energies for that Sun-Mars conjunction. Since you've got a Queen of Abundance, basically, Queen of Pentacles, this is about conserving your finances, making sure that you protect what you've already earned. So some of you, it may be a really good idea to like download a monthly statement of what you've got in your financial establishments each month, because should there ever be a gremlin in the system, you want to be able to prove what you had in the first place, should there ever be any economic fluctuations. Also, I see that you're really savvy about finances, and I feel like you're actually, some of you are learning online about finances or how to make them multiply for you, but also I feel like you're being careful and making a little go a long way, saving a little bit more than you spend, but also you may be looking at where you house your finances or how you house your finances, and making sure that any establishments are not linked by license, okay? Because if there was ever a fluctuation, you would not be insured for both amounts, especially if you have a large amount, okay? So I'm just going to put it like that. That's coming up there too, okay? So I'm just going to go and get a trinket or rune before we close. We have 3 runes for you. Wow. So we have the hero potential. A lot of potential this month. This is about freedom. It's also about the consequence of your actions. So putting your effort into everything that you love will get you the desired outcome. Fate will intervene to bring you what you've been wishing for. Equally, if you sit back, procrastinate, and do nothing, I feel like the opportunity may pass you by, or you may feel that it's not the right time. Intuitively, you'll know the right time to act, but I definitely get a sense here that you are following your heart and you're taking steps to make your dreams become a reality. Also, we've got the sun rune, very positive there. So that's all about success, victory, clear vision, okay, and achieving your goal, but also recharging your batteries and getting some rest. But this is a rune that indicates positive outcomes. And finally, we have the horse rune, making progress, future changes, movement, trusting the process. And some of you may even take a quick trip there, but I definitely get a sense that the time is right for progress and change, and you're going to leave the month on a high note, okay? And there may be a little bit of a pause regarding something, but trust the pause. Okay, it's there for a reason. Sometimes we're given a pause in order to get clear, but also to weigh up the variables, make sure that everything's on the right track before we take action. So trust the pause. I'll leave it there. Hope something resonates with you, my beautiful Aquarians. If it does, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Also, they're just indicating before I go, there may be something that comes in that you have to take action on immediately. Okay, you may even feel pressurized to do it, but don't. Just take a pause. You'll get it in on time. It could be like something you need to sign, or a bill, or it could be something. Just take a moment to investigate it first. Because I get a sense here that there may be like a service provider or someone who tries to charge you more money than they should. And rather than you going and worrying about it and thinking, oh my gosh, this is awful, you know, I got to pay it and I don't know how I'm going to cope. I get a sense that once you investigate it or talk to someone who is in a position to help you, I feel like it changes. And I feel like it's a lot lower than they said it was. So just going to put that out there, okay? Thank you so much, my beautiful Aquarians, and love and light.